the title of this video is I just want to share. So I was having a conversation last week with a really good friend of mine, and she was talking to me about her online dating experience and how it was not really that great. And she was talking to me because she knows I've been in the online dating space for about 3 years and I'm having a great time. Even though it didn't start out that way, I am having a great time. But what I realized was I've had this conversation so many times in the last year. It's crazy. Everybody, a lot of people, I'm not going to say everybody, because I'm having a good time now, but, a lot of folks are not having a good time. And it's, people are disillusioned and frustrated. People lie, misrepresent, nightmare first dates, ghosting, you name it, it's going on. And I've heard it all. I think this is such an important topic because we all want love, right? We all want to have love in our lives and have that special person, but it's so hard to find. And, for you guys out there who are married, God bless, I am so happy for you guys. And I will say I probably know more single people or about to be single people than I know married people. And, hey guys, I can see people chiming in. Thank you. So it's such an important topic. So I wanted to basically just have a conversation with you and find out what you think, because I know what my journey's been like, and it has been quite a journey, but I've gotten to a place where, hey Sandy, Mark Williams, oh my goodness, this is like reunion time. So honestly, my online dating experience started about the same. And I'm cheating here because I've got comments coming up on my computer because I can't see the comments on my phone because they're too small and I can't really see. So, I'm going to do my best to keep up and shout out you guys. But send me some hearts. Let me know. Can you hear me okay? Is that all good? Hey, Dawn, cuz, what's up? So yeah, I'm just trying to get all this stuff in here, so bear with me. I've never done this before, so I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. So I just wanted to start this conversation. For me, my story really started, I started online dating 3 years ago, but 5 years before that, my life was very different. And, I was going through a divorce and a lot of stuff was going on. But I remember when I was married, and I know some of you might chime in, when I was married, my single friends, I always told them, hey, do online dating. Like, why wouldn't you do that? There's so many people out there. Why wouldn't you do online dating? And I got a lot of yeah, right, that's okay. You're married. It's easy for you to say that. And, hey, Tammy. And, I found myself, all these years later, and it was like, okay, go ahead and walk the talk, and do it. And I did. Hey, what's up, Shelly? So my story kind of started, when I came to, how I've come to have a much better online dating experience. I really have to go back and think about where my journey began, and in 2009, 2010, those were two of hands down worst years ever, right? So it was really challenging, and ones that I'll never forget. It was my life was this broken mirror. I was shattered emotionally and physically, and honestly, spiritually, I was just challenged to find the light in the dark every single day. And I don't know. I know I'm not special. I know I'm not the only one who's been through major life changes, and I'm sure you guys have been through too. So, I want to hear, whatever you're comfortable sharing, because I think this is all just part of the life experience and the life story that we're all going to, just trying to, get to that happy place, right? The good life. So for me, in that time period, it was, a confluence of like stuff. So I was going through a very painful and difficult divorce, and my dad had been sick for many years, and had been suffering. And a lot of my friends know the story, diabetes, heart disease, you name it. And after like 15 years of struggle, his heart just gave out and he passed away. And so, dealing with the loss of a parent in the middle of a divorce, and, it's just devastating, the loss of anyone close to you. For me, for my family, and just, us coming together, which was great, but it's still a lot. And then, my business at that point was starting to really grow, which was like, yay, that was like a great thing. But, I just couldn't, it was a lot of work, so there was a lot of pressure to keep up with everything that was going on, and show up and do your best. So a lot of my energy got channeled in there. And then kind of like, like the really, I won't say what I usually say, but the icing that went on top of all of this, hey, heart, I can't see you, but I don't want to squint so I can't see. It's all over. Anyway, now I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? I don't remember. But yes, so the thing that, hey Kim, the thing that really kind of was like the massage on top was the menopause. So, okay guys, I know you're like, oh really, is she going to talk about menopause? But I'm just going to say this to you, for the women that you have in your life, your mother, your sister, your spouse, good friend, whatever. Hormonal changes are no joke. And so when someone close to you is going through that, be really, like understand that this is like a thing. And it's tough. And so for me, all that stuff came together like at the same time. So I don't know about you guys. I don't know if any of you have had like that moment that felt like it was just going to take you down and it was going to take you out. So for me, that was kind of, where I was at, and I had to, struggle through that. And there's this sense of, I have to keep going, I'm supposed to be strong. I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to do that. And, I was killing myself, and honestly, and I wasn't taking care of myself. I was barely operating on any sleep. I was traveling like crazy. I was like trying to be in 3 places at one time. Like I was a magician. I don't know what I was thinking. And frankly, it felt like I was trying to push a boulder uphill every single day. And I couldn't really figure out, like what was happening or how to get back on top of it, how to grasp this thing, how to try to make it work again. And so that was really tough. And in the midst of all that, I realized I didn't have a relationship with myself. I treated myself like I was somebody else, and I was just expected that other person to do it and not complain about it at all. And so, I got stopped. And so Shelly, I'm going to call you out, because it was in that moment. And I remember I came to your house that day, and you looked at me and you were like, girl, what is wrong with you? You got on the phone, called your doctor. You were like, I'm making an appointment for you right now. I had literally just hit a wall. There was, so much stuff going on. And then the pressure that we put on ourselves to do so much and, to be everything to everybody. I had the disease, the pleasing disease, so everything and everyone came ahead of me. And, at the end of the day, you have to take care of you. You're the only person that is responsible. So at the end of the day, I can point no finger at anyone to blame anybody for any hardship. Yes, external things happen, but we choose how we respond to those things. So for me, realizing that I needed to have that relation, and I got, like I said, I got stop sign, big time, yeah. Shelly's like, yep. And, it was a realization. I stopped and I had to breathe. And it was at that point that I started to think, okay, this is crazy. What do I really want? And what do I want my life to feel like? I was waking up every day with knots in my stomach, taking an inventory of what was about to kick my ass that day. And I didn't like it at all. And I had created this, by wanting to just trying to be everything instead of stopping and just like trying to breathe and like a reasonable human being, I was just trying to do everything. And the pressure was just crushing. So once I took that time to stop and I was like, okay, this is crazy time. What do I really want? How do I want my life to feel? And I realized that while I had some purpose, it wasn't clear enough, and I wasn't living in joy. I wasn't in alignment. I wasn't feeling the types of things that I wanted to feel. Like, I want to wake up in the morning and feel good and optimistic about what is ahead of my day. I don't want to wake up feeling like I need to pull the cover over my head. And that's how I was. And so, in going through that, it was hard because I had to, think about who I was and what I really wanted. And sometimes that is not necessarily popular and what other people think you should be doing. And so I had to learn how to stand, on my own and say, you know what, this is me and that's okay. And I know you don't agree. And that's okay, and not feel the pressure to do what everybody else thinks you should do, but do the thing, like listen to you and do the thing that you really feel you need to do for you. That was hard. And I don't know, you guys probably have felt this, and maybe there's something in you that's saying, I hate this, I don't want to go to this place every day. And, I just feel bad, but you don't know what to do about it, and that's a very conflicted place to be in. But I really, I committed to do the work because I wanted more, and I committed to work on me, and to be happy and, live on purpose. It was like I was in doing this. It was really the most significant thing I've ever done in my adult life. And like I said, it wasn't easy, but I honestly moved myself from a place where all I saw was problems every day to a place where now all I see is possibility every day. And for me, like, it doesn't get any better than that. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? Yep. It is the truth. I know you know. So anyway, I make a choice every single day to do the work, because it's not like you do it and then you're like, I'm good. I don't have to worry about anything anymore. Every day there's a challenge. All my days are not good. Like, I wake up feeling good, but maybe there's something I have to deal with. There's stuff. And, it's having the toolbox to deal and knowing that you have the power and the choice to choose how you respond and how you create your reality in your life. So every day I make a choice about how I live, who I am around, my environment, the things I do, the information that I receive, the food I put in my body. All of these things are conscious choices to support me being as strong as I can, because I am the foundation for everything that I want and that I want to do. seeing possibility every day. Absolutely, Charisse, I believe. And that is it. And when you get to the point where you see possibility every day, you are like good, you know, and then it becomes habit. It becomes like a muscle. And, you know, I call it, you know, this is not about positive thinking, you know, this is really about positive living, you know, this is positive living. This is like every single day, just making a choice, because thoughts are nothing unless you have action, right? So the action is the living. So it's taking those thoughts and actually doing something about it and choosing what you're going to do. Hey, Exquisite, how you doing? Tell Bert, hey. I forgot to tell him I was going live. Anyway, I hope he's on here. So yeah, so all of that sort of, you know, got me to the place where you realize that you have to love your life and you first before anybody can love you. And, you know, and when we start talking about online dating, and hey, Donna, when we start talking about online dating and, you know, how to be good with it, how to be okay with it, you know, you really have to go back to the beginning, which is, how do you feel about you and your life? Because if, you know, when I was in the midst of all that stuff that I was going through, yeah, I wanted a relationship, but I couldn't even think about dating. Can you imagine bringing all that into like trying to find somebody? You're just going to attract how you feel about yourself and your life, and surely didn't need any more of that, right? So I kind of really just understood that I needed to do me first before I could get out there and do anything else. And how you lead is how others will follow. So if you show them that you love and respect yourself and that, hey, my life is good, then others will see that energy in you, and it will reflect in how people respond to you as well. So what are you guys doing? I know that, you know, we're all in different phases of development, and frankly, we go in and out. Like I said, it's not like a one and done. You know, work comes, there are challenges ahead of me for sure. So I know that, you know, the work is going to come again. I'm going to have to get my shovel out, start shoveling again, get myself out. But my shovel is like tried, true, and ready to go. So I'm not scared of it. And, you know, thank you guys. Yes, I hear this is so true. Yep. Hey, Dominique. Hey. So, you know, it's so important to love you first. It's the foundation of everything, everything, everything. So there were 3 key things that I learned in, you know, the online dating space from my experience and what helped me and what shifted it. You know, when I started, it was kind of okay, but I was scared like everybody else. I didn't give a lot of effort. And frankly, and this is what was scary, when I first went on, and, you know, I was like, all right, well, I'll just set up a profile. I'll just sign up for an account. And then I answered, you know, all the questions like your age and, you know, where you live and your horoscope sign and all that stuff. And I had like, that's it, like basic stats, no picture, no written profile, no nothing. And I was getting messages and I'm like, okay, that's crazy, because who are they messaging? They don't even know who you are, right? So I'm thinking, okay, I need to pump my brake here and just go slow. And as a result, I didn't do a whole lot, and I had like the barest of profiles. And as a result, I didn't get any results. So when I sat back and thought about it, I was like, well, what do you expect? You didn't put a whole lot in, and you can't expect a whole lot out. But then after making that realization, after getting over my fear, you know, hey, Deborah, yes, I am sharing because I know we all are in this thing, right? Anyway, again, lost my train of thought, but that's okay. We're going to find a way to get back on it again. So what was I saying? Anyway, yeah, so I started improving my profile and I started getting better results. And then I realized these things. So these things are what makes all the difference. And I kind of said how you lead, others will follow. So in the online dating world, my philosophy is show genuine kindness, be free of judgment, and be full of respect. Now, that is hard to do when you're dealing with an open forum that is for the general public, so you don't know who's going to be coming at you. But this is what I will say. You know, people are people. We are all human beings. We are all just looking for love. We are all at different levels of evolution and maturity and all that. You know, there's going to be people ahead of us and behind us, no matter where you are. So I just believe in showing respect to everybody wherever they are. And even though they might not be for you, wish them well, you know, and, you know, just keep that open spirit in your heart. And Dawn says, I've been online dating for 2 years now. Okay. So how's that going? I want you to tell me. And yeah, because it's challenging, and I want to hear, because this is a good conversation. I have this conversation everywhere, and there's got to be a solution. There can't be this many single people looking for love. It's crazy. Like, what are we doing wrong? So for me, so that was one. So let me get back. So that was one. The other thing is mindset and energy, right? So you have to have, you know, the mindset, which is understanding what the space is and what it isn't, and not to take anything personally. This is not, you know, you got to come in here, you got to check your ego seriously, because this is not about, you know, trying to feel good. If you're not a match for somebody, they're not a match for you, that's okay. There's no reason to take it personally. What is for you will find you, and you'll recognize it when you see it. And that's all you need to be concerned about. You know, just trust that if you're doing the work on you, then God, the universe, the creator will deliver for you what is for you. And for me, that was like a big exhale, right? Just knowing that and trusting that, having the faith that if you're doing the work on you, the real work, diligently, not just saying, oh yeah, I love myself, but actually like doing it, like having real action in your life that's supporting that. When you trust that that will bring you what you really want, and I do, then, you know, I think that is, you know, that's everything, you know. Yep, what is for you will find you. That is the truth. Thank you, Exquisite. Yep. And, you know, I think that's so important. And then the energy, which kind of goes back to what I was saying before with kindness, no judgment, you know, the energy that you bring. You know, we can't always see energy, but we can feel it. And we know when we're around somebody that their energy is not good. And sometimes they don't have to say anything, or they just have just their presence. So in the online dating world, just knowing that your words influence and color everything you speak and everything you write. So the energy and the intention behind your communications will come through. And it's so important to know, you know, so I'm a believer, you know, that we're all connected, you know. So as I do unto you, I do unto me. And I honestly believe that. And if you do believe that, then knowing that you want to lead with kindness, respect, and all that, that's just showing self-love. You loving somebody else is loving you. And when you get that piece of it, then it all starts to feel like good. You know, it all starts to feel like, yeah. And then you begin to trust, and then it starts to flow, you know. And my brother, I'm not preaching, am I? I'm not trying to preach. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I'm not preaching. I'm just telling you what my experience has been. And I just want people to find love, you know. I think it's like a basic human thing, right? We all want that. But some of us have been hurt and some of us are scared, and, and me, I just keep getting up no matter what. I get knocked down, I just get back up again. And, because I just want to see what else is out there. I believe anything is possible. Anything. Okay, I'm going to get preachy. So if you believe it, and all that good stuff, but it's true. It's so true. But you have to do the work. You have to, really want it, and believe that it is possible, because we create our own reality. Like, if you believe that it's crap and that it's not going to work, trust it's crap and it's not going to work for you. But if you believe, hey, this can work and this is good and I see how it can work, then you're going to be all right. And, it's going to be, hey, Shika, it's going to be good. And so then the last thing, because I made a note because I didn't want to forget, because this one was good. The last thing in the online dating is in the energy. It's just like shifting it between, okay, this is good, right? So there's hunting and there's fishing. So my brother, who's a hunter, he'll be able to relate to this. And he also fishes, so he could relate to this too. In hunting, right, this is a very sort of aggressive, active thing, right? Where you're out there, you got a gun, you got a knife, spear, whatever, and you are like tracking, observing your prey, you're calculating how to, and it's very sort of energy. You're expending so much energy trying to like make it happen. And, it can get really crazy and you can get obsessive with it. Just the fact that, you really want to find your target. But then fishing, now this is good, right? Because fishing, and Plenty of Fish is like my favorite dating site. Fishing is so much different, because with fishing, you get a bait, a specific bait to put on a hook to go into a water where certain fish live. And you cast that bait into the water and it attracts the fish. That's where we have to live, in the attracting energy, not in the hunting energy. We have to live in the attracting energy. So we got to get the right bait, which is us, but it is authentic us, right? Because if we put, some fake bait on there that's not really us, we're going to attract somebody who's not really attracted to us. They're attracted to the bait. So you got to get you where you want to be, make yourself that bait, cast it in the water, which is where you want, the people you think want to be, and go fish there and let them come to you. And this works for both men and women. Let them come to you, but you got to be genuinely who you are, So I'm just, okay, I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to see and I can't really see. Yeah, Facebook Live. Well, I don't really know. It's my first time doing it. So, hey, Paul. Hey, Kenyatta. Okay, I don't know what just happened, but I'm back. Exquisite fishing definitely works. Absolutely. I want to hear, what is it that's working for you? I mean, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I'm just making sure I got all my points in here. I just feel really passionately about this, and I want to help people, just do this, because it's crazy to me. People that know me really well know that I am a creative problem solver at heart. I'm resourceful as what. So when there's a problem, I'm like, okay, I'm all about how are we going to figure it out. And, I think that there are solutions, but we all have to recognize what the problem is. And so I'm going to invite you guys to share this video with anyone who you feel would resonate or be interested in what I have to say, either share it on your page or message them, or whatever you think is the right thing to do, and then tell me. I want to hear your comments too on what you're thinking. Hey Shika, you like my take on dating? Well, I had to get there, and it was not without some, falling down, and then you got to get back up again, and that's okay. That's okay. Because we all fall, and I'm going to fall again, and I will get up again, and that's just what we do. But yeah, like I said, please feel free to share this video and let me know what you think. I want to hear what you guys think, and what is important. Kathy's asking for the contact info. So right now I'm asking everybody to just either comment on this video, and I will tag you, because I'm gonna do, I have a couple other videos in me, because there's a couple of topics here I kind of want to deep dive into. Yes, Elise, getting back up, so important, right? Thank you. And there's a lot to talk about here, and there's a lot that I've come to realize that has helped me, but I know I'm not in this alone, and I know there are other people out there who have some good ideas and suggestions, so I want to hear from you guys what you think. Excusing. Yep, you have to learn to work on yourself and know yourself to know what you want so you can catch someone's attention. Yep. You will know the person is what you got it. That's exactly it. Thank you for that comment. And it's hard, when you're out there and you're in it, people, it's just a very hard thing when you put yourself out there, especially when it's something like trying to find love or a date. It's hard not to take things personally, but the trick is when you know yourself, then it's easy, because then you recognize, like if somebody tells me, I don't think we're a match, I don't get upset, because this person did me a favor, because, if he doesn't think we're a match, why should I try to convince him that we are? Similarly, if I say to somebody, I think you're great, but I don't think we're a match, that's for the simple fact that, I'm also doing you a favor, because I read your profile, and maybe there's something there that I don't feel I can deliver on. So why would I put you through that? So we shouldn't take stuff personally, but we do need to do our work.